Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here as a recording of this Thursday, April 24th, 2025. Every year or two, every couple of years, I try to go on a Hollywood, Beverly Hills, LA tour van. Basically these vans that they dismantle the top portion so when you're sitting, it's open air, and I try to choose a different one. Today I'm going to choose one I've never taken before and just see what happens. Now, disclaimer, I am not going to chime in with any facts. I am just going to show what the guide says. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. See what happens. I'm inviting you, it's always an experience, to join me, a Hollywood tour. Shall you? And I think today I might choose this one, Hollywood Bus Tours. Looks like there's a driver there. You getting ready to roll out? Are you getting ready to roll out?
I'm picking people up on a break.
Okay. I'll make
a shrimp down the street has its own star.
What is? What is?
Plate of shrimp has its own star down the street.
Where do I sign up for your tour? Through you? Or over here?
No, we leave out of the beach, my friend.
Oh, you leave out of the beach.
We do a 2.5 hour tour.
Out of the beach, I go to the beach.
Celebrity, well, no, that's the beach tour.
Oh. So how do I get in? How do I get in here?
Celebrity home tour. Right over here, under the blue umbrella.
So I go over here to sign up for this?
Check us out, man. You'll like it. We're the number one on Wikipedia. I'm so out of it.
Can I get on your tour right now if I sign up?
I'm sorry, I leave from the beach.
Oh, gotcha.
No, but I would give
the next one that comes through, though.
I out all the cool Repo Man stuff on our way.
Oh, you would?
Yeah.
I'll go ask them and see what they say. I appreciate it.
Remember, 500 in every car.
Yes. Let's go do some crimes.
Yeah.
See you, man.
Enjoy.
All right, evidently, even though this is the little stand, it does not roll out of here. So, interesting. There's no one at this booth. I was thinking that maybe I just go over here, pay some money, and drop it. I don't know what he was waiting on, but yeah. Here it is, Hollywood Bus Tours. The #1 sightseeing experience in LA. You spot celebrities, cruise by their homes, see the hot spots, and hidden gems. Right outside the Hollywood Visitor Center. Okay. That's interesting that he leaves out of the beach. I'm going to go in here and inquire. All right, turns out there are a couple different tours. The gentleman I was talking to a moment ago was leaving from the beach. That is a little lengthier tour that starts at the beach, then comes over here and shows the same spots that's on the secondary tour, which is a 2-hour tour. A 2-hour tour, Hollywood and Celebrity Homes tour. It was $49. They said if I paid in cash, it'd be $45. Say $4, but went ahead and threw it on the card. And this is it, my ticket to Hollywood Hills in LA. Most popular sightseeing tour. Keep your camera ready. You might spot a celebrity or two on this tour. Stops include 15 minutes of Beverly Hills sign for pictures and a restroom break. Hollywood, Mulholland Drive, Hollywood sign, Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, West Hollywood, Sunset Strip filming locations, and celebrity homes. If I would have brought someone else with me, I could have saved $10 on this one. My tour is going to leave at 1. It's 12:31 right now, so I got a few moments just to wait out front, stroll around. I think it's kind of nice, the Hollywood Visitor Center that does the Hollywood bus tours, they have a restroom that you can use inside. A lot of places in Hollywood do not have facilities, so right here next to Discount Souvenirs, which some classic Hollywood icons right up there. Marilyn, Chaplin, James Dean, John Wayne. All right, gonna stroll around till my van arrives. Right here in front of Ethel Merman Star, my van has pulled up. Hollywood Bus Tours. Actually, there's 3 of them. There's the one over there. There's this one. And then there's another one. So they got a whole thing going on here. Right here on the corner. Sycamore and Hollywood Boulevard. Sycamore and Hollywood, right on the corner.
Filming location that church is for movies like Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg. Also, Back to the Future. So the Enchantment Under the Sea dance for Back to the Future was actually filmed inside that church. There's a gym that's part of it. So in the movie, it was supposed to be Hill Valley High School, but filmed inside Hollywood United Methodist Church. Yeah, and then the band Fish for April 25th, 26th, 27th. So those will be the next 3 concerts here at the Hollywood Bowl, which you're about to see the marquee now officially. So yeah, as I or if I didn't already mention the fact that the mall itself a little off the street, but here's that entrance to the world famous Hollywood Bowl. Fireworks on Fridays a lot of the times in the summer at this place here. Yeah, Neil Young, he actually canceled a bunch of tour dates. So now, and one of them was here at the Hollywood Bowl, which I would have mentioned or should have mentioned as we drove by. Anyway, this is the 101 freeway on our right. This is a major freeway in LA that starts in downtown, goes all the way to San Francisco. Universal Studios and Warner Brothers have exits a little further up here to the right. And if we were to get on the 101 driving in this direction for about a 45-minute drive with no traffic, would take us over to the Hidden Hills, Calabasas area that a lot of people know about. Some celebrities live in the gated neighborhoods in Calabasas. Kardashians filmed their TV show there. And drive too, there's like new rules that they've been enforcing where it says like no stopping anytime tour buses. It says no stopping anytime, but they're really enforcing the tour buses. So we won't pull over. But we have views to see, so I'm going to do my best to slow down whenever I possibly can. Sometimes it's going to go a little faster than I would like, so when that happens, if and when that happens, which is more like if, I apologize in advance for that too, where I'll try to lose this car so that way I can just hopefully slow down just a little bit more. Because yeah, this is the area where the cops hide on motorcycles too, so it gets a little tricky, a little on the stressful side while trying to give a tour. $300 tickets too. I don't know if I gave the amount. Dating Travis Kelce from the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, you heard about that, right? Me and Taylor Swift. It didn't work out. Now I'm part of a group text with all of our other ex-boyfriends, so I'll tell you more about that when we get into Beverly Hills later. I'm going to use this biker to kind of slow down because, oh shoot, now we got a Porsche. Yeah, that's our a bit of a situation we have. We have the biker and then a Porsche behind us. So that's not cool. I wish the Porsche wasn't there. Because the reason why I brought it up is quick look. This deserves way better, but take a look. One more look. Caught it. Normally I bring it up, but here's one more look, and that deserves way better than that. But under the current circumstances with the keeping it moving thing, it's which is popular for locals, tourists and celebrities. Sometimes we saw William H. Macy walking his dog there one time on the tour, but not on the tour when I was hiking in there before. I saw Jeff Goldblum in there before. I saw who else? Kevin Bacon. It's a cool looking round glass house, and then there's after Danny Glover and Joe Pesci come running out of the house, there's a car chase that goes down Mulholland Drive. But that's this house right here, so a little bit tough to see, but kind of see the top there. See, for the bad guy's house, Lethal Weapon Part 2. Yeah, not only is, at least that one walk-through gate was open there. Let me just kill this just for a moment. Yeah, there might even be like a lawsuit still, like that the guy was like suing tour companies or something. I don't know. Driving the house that they took over was on the other side of this fencing that they actually just put up recently. Which now there's one of these guys right here that we're passing by with his truck is the guy with the white shirt. He's the security guard there that they have all day long to make sure that the squatters don't come back right there. Yeah, so again, that one definitely wish there was a spot to pull over. Oh, this motorcycle's gonna go quick anyway. And that guy's stealing my moves. I'm usually the one that drives that fast on Mulholland Drive on my motorcycle. Just joking. All right, so the next opening, look for a blue building with a Minion on it, and just down below. Look at the Universal Warner Brothers area down below. And looks like that car wants to go to. I'm like, man, are we on the celebrity gate tour or what? I mean, we'll see a couple pretty impressive gates. We'll give them that, but still. Anyway, Bruno Mars used to live which I'm going to slow down as best I can because if the gate's open, you'll get a better look at the house.
Okay.
This is it right here. This is the former house of Bruno Mars. The gate was open earlier. It's not right now. Darn it. But this one, when I mentioned, I think I touched on the fact that there's the former Bruno Mars house is listed for sale right now for $4.7 million. So that's the one where we can go, okay, what's 4.7 million divided by 9? Easy. We're totally buying the former house to Bruno Mars. They pulled down. Remember when Michael pulls a house down when he found out that his wife was hanging out with the tennis instructor? Yeah, so like I'll show you that and see if you think that that looks like it could be a real life version of that house. And then Michael's house from GTA, like the house that they say is Michael's real life house too. I'll show you that. But when we saw that opening for just that one more quick opening of downtown LA, just before that there was a street that if you turned up, that's like the real life version of Franklin's house location, you know. But they put a gate there recently. Now here on the, so yeah, I've driven up it before, but it's just like there's a big gate there now that doesn't make it easy. Oh, hello. Now all these houses on the side of the hill on our right there are part of a gated neighborhood and they all have Beverly Hills addresses. It's called the Summit because Beverly Hills comes just over Mulholland. Now, of all these houses in the Summit, there's one house specifically I'll point out, which is the one closest to us on our right, that white one. The reason why I'll mention about that one, and we got a couple more views of that as we get a couple more openings, one more, yeah, as we get around this corner. But 2 celebrities have owned and lived in that house at 2 different times. The first name I'll mention, J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez. She bought the house in 2003 for $4.3 million. And then she sold it, and it was Gwen Stefani's house at one time too, because Gwen Stefani bought it from J-Lo for in 2011 for $13.5 million. When Gwen Stefani sold that house, it was in 2019 for just over $21.5 million. So that's the last time that house sold. And then I think that's the most expensive house to ever sell in the Summit that I know of, because the properties range anywhere between $3 million and to the 21.5. And I was kind of mentioning too, I don't know who else heard, but we were kind of talking about the things, like sometimes videos that went viral. There was a tour van the guy just thought that Rob Lowe was John Stamos, so that kind of was like, people making fun of him about that. The reason why I brought that up is John Stamos, his real house is actually just up this street, but it's a gated. Well, the gate's open right now, I guess. But then after that, which I'll point out when we officially get right there. But we're going to be turning down a side street here pretty soon called Heather Road, and we're going to check out where 2 celebrities have houses on the same street. Now, the first name I'm going to mention, it's her primary residence. So we're going to see a security guard sitting at the very minimal. Security guard sitting in a car out front when we pass by the singer. Oops, where'd my sound effect go? We pass by the singer, Rihanna. It's Anna Street. So when we drive up it, we'll just drive back down the same way. Let's see if we can get an opening to make a turn here. Oops. I'm not even sure who lives in this estate here, but it's such a big estate. But when we see the entrance to Paul McCartney's up here on the right first, the address 9536 Heather Road, you'll see how the driveway curves around. So it's not so much a long and winding road, more like a short and winding road. So his Beverly Hills house, sits in behind this estate, so he's got some serious privacy. So see how this BMW, the way it's parked right here, it just if there's somebody in it, I'm pretty sure Paul McCartney might actually be here. Because normally that car would not be parked.
This one right here?
The fact that he has cars. So this is the entrance to Paul McCartney's Beverly Hills house right here on the right, which we'll see on the left on the way back down. But Rihanna's security guard is right here in front of us on the right. And here's her big entrance on the left for the singer Rihanna. Yeah, and then this is Rihanna related, I bet, too. Yeah, she has a yellow customized Hummer truck too that we've seen out on the street before. And then it looks like somebody's jumping somebody, but this is Rihanna's Escalade that's on standby with the driver. Ah. Rihanna's like, okay, I'm ready to go. He's like, Rihanna, we have a problem. Can you bring the other white car over here to jumpstart us, please? Yeah, and then the Paul McCartney one here on the left now. As I mentioned, it kind of, driveway curves around in there. Car, because 1700, there's, apparently I think Billie Lourd, Carrie Fisher's daughter, still owns both these houses, although she had them listed for $18 million for both to try to sell one time several years ago. Trade-off here, I'm going to try to, let me just start pulling out now. I'll just kind of go slow just in case. Because where these signs are, this was Carrie Fisher's original gate, and those were her signs. So her daughter left those up. But a lot of the times that middle entrance, that big one, is open, so you can see just a little bit better of a view. Anyway, you're gonna see the same kind of tree on the other side of the street. So palm trees are the more popular ones. that people think about when it comes to Beverly Hills. So yeah, we'll definitely drive through a few of those streets. And then most of the power lines in Beverly Hills are underground. We'll see a few above ground power lines in a few of the alleyways, but the majority of them are underground in Beverly Hills. And all the fire hydrants are painted platinum in Beverly Hills too, which you're not going to see in any other areas. Okay, well, there's that cone, or yeah, anyway, he's out of the way. If it was like a computer game, yeah, that would have been like extra points, right? But anyway. Or the Godfather house, which is also known as the Bodyguard house. And yeah, the only time that we weren't able to drive by lately was, well, and even when she's home, she has minimum 2 security guards that sit out front, but they don't, yeah, we just drive up and back and they don't say anything. But when there's too many SUVs up there, like there were for the Grammys, which was in LA, but then when she was getting ready to go to the Super Bowl, even though it wasn't in LA, it was still just too much activity where security met us halfway down and was like, dude, it's not enough. You guys won't be able to get up there and turn around. Anyway, so just turn onto Taylor Swift Street. All right, Swifties, get ready. Coming up on the right, you'll look for a brick wall, white brick wall. As soon as you see it, those 3 entrances to Taylor Swift's on the right, and then we'll turn around. This is a example of a cul-de-sac too, which celebrities are known to live on for privacy. Because who else is going to be driving up here except for tour ones? Anyway, passing by Taylor Swift. Both entrances, and then above the hedge too, a bit of a view. There it is now on the right for Floyd Mayweather's Beverly Hills place. Yeah, 38 million listed for. You would think for that price they would have a swimming pool in the background, right? Just kidding, they totally do. But yeah, here's that second entrance, and then right next door to Floyd Mayweather's Beverly Hills house is the Beverly Hills Hotel. So these are the bungalows that we're seeing first that are part of the hotel on the right. It's actually more expensive to stay in one of these bungalows than it is in the main building. And there's this saying that if a celebrity wants to be seen, they're going to stay at the Beverly Hills Hotel. If they want to be left alone, they're going to stay at the Chateau Marmont Hotel, which we'll see later when we're on the Sunset Strip in West Hollywood. But and it actually is pretty true, because this is where we've seen a lot of celebrities. Like, we've met a few celebrities. We saw the actor John Boyd here one time. We saw Jerry Seinfeld. We got to meet Steve Guttenberg. And we also got to meet Shaquille O'Neal on the tour. He was standing right on the sidewalk just up here in front of this side of the main building. Yeah, but built in 1912 for the Beverly Hills Hotel, and it's where they filmed scenes from movies like Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy, American Gigolo with Richard Gere. They filmed scenes from Pretty Woman here too. But it's not the main Pretty Woman hotel. We're going to see that soon. We already saw the fire escape. Take a look if you want to take a picture of this Beverly Hills hotel entrance sign here. Which, let's see what, yeah, it looks like we have enough. Yeah, it looks like well, it's going to turn in the next 15 seconds, but I think we're all right as far as anybody's taking a few pics. And also, as a bonus, I'm going to go slow as we're turning, so you get another angle on the sign coming up here in a sec. Let me check to see what traffic's on. Okay, good, it's good. Yeah, Tesla Cybertruck about 4 or 5 months ago hit into that sign and like dented the bottom post. So that's why this whole sign like leans to the right just a little, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just a touch, huh? Now, so yeah, so that, and I've been up that street before, but yeah. One true crime thing that will that we will be driving by the Real House for is, does anybody remember about the Menendez brothers? Yeah? Yeah, so the Menendez brothers, let me try to pull this off real quick. I think we can. Thanks, Blue Car. Yeah, so we'll pass by where that happened, the Real House. Oh, I'm going to find out what this guy's saying right now, because
just follow him and repeat everything he says.
Yeah, totally. I was most famously known for the TV show Columbo. So Peter Falk, his Beverly Hills house was this yellow house that we're going to be slowing down in front of, which is right here. And you know what? I'm actually just going to pull over real quick because we got 2 cars behind us. This was Peter Falk's. And then next to it on our left, this brick house was the comedian Jack Benny's house. Left-hand side now, next to that was where, more people honking. This was where Lucy and Des, those last 3 houses, it was a bunch of people were trying to make it a historical building, but then they lost that battle. But the owner of like StubHub or something is building a house there. Anyway, Yeah, did you get a good enough angle on your?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's one thing I was going to mention. That's how it gets a little tricky depending on the side too, which I get anyway. So yeah, again, not sure what they're filming, but one thing I know that they did film here in the past was, if anybody knows the or seen the TV show Hacks, the swimming pool for the Hacks TV show, even though the house was filmed in a different place, was the Michael Jackson house swimming pool for Hacks. Beverly Hills sign going to be on our left side. That especially if everybody, or or in the front, but especially on the left, there's a Beverly Hills sign right first. These are just kind of cool to see, but the fact that this is where Judy Garland lived at one time. So Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, way before these statues were here, but the statues definitely an added bonus to check out. Oh yeah, and then while we're here, we might as well, because earlier it was cloudy and I wasn't sure it was going to rain, but then I looked at, I listened to Steve Martin from LA Story doing his little weather forecast here. So the property value, at least $10 million now. All right, so take a look on the other side of the street on the left. See the witch's house over there? Yeah, so there's the witch's house, built in 1921, used in the movie Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. All right, let's see. Is there any cars behind us? No, let's see if we can get a few more people to go. Yeah. Oh, there's a Tesla that finally knows where the gas pedal is. Because most Tesla drivers in LA, they don't know that there's a gas pedal that comes with the car. But anyway, this isn't the greatest one, but there's the Beverly Hilton, if you can see the sign for it, just directly to the right. So yeah, where, Golden Globes every year, Whitney Houston passed away. Yeah. And then, here it is now for a closer look on the right for the witch's house. Yeah, Halloween night, as you could predict, the most craziest day. I actually am trying to get into the screenwriting side of things here in LA, so I wrote a movie script about tour guides. I made sure first of all, I made sure parking enforcement's the bad guy in that movie, one of the bad guys, but then I made this a filming location, so hopefully we can talk about a future movie, then Clueless. Take a look who's up in the tree, if you can see her, the witch. She blends in there. If you don't see her yet, just look for those red shoes, which a lot of the times too, lately, people have been saying, like, why are we even going to Rodeo Drive? We can't even go shopping. But then we see the money truck there, right? The Brinks truck. So when we see that, and we have the numbers in the van like we have now to kind of overpower the driver, that's usually what ends up funding our shopping spree on Rodeo Drive. So everybody remembers the plan, right? Yeah? All right. So if we see the money truck and I yell positions, everyone, that's our cue. We'll be shopping in no time. Let's see if we can get through this street light, though. First, now this street light is a famous street in LA that we're about to cross, and it's Santa Monica Boulevard. The pier is about 7 miles away if we were to make a right here. Now I'm guessing anybody who hasn't been to the pier yet, it's on your places that you might be visiting as well, if you haven't already been there. But yeah, starting at the Santa Monica Pier, this section of Santa Monica Boulevard is a section of Route 66. This light usually turns green faster than it is, so that's kind of... Section of Wilshire Rodeo is where the Beverly Wilshire Hotel is, the world famous Pretty Woman Hotel that Richard Gere brought Julia Roberts to after he picked her up on Hollywood Boulevard. So that'll be on our right side soon, and as we get a little closer too, I'll give you a heads up about it. Just below the flags, you got the purple and white awnings. Here it is now for the world famous Beverly Wilshire Pretty Woman Hotel. I'm going to take my time before making a turn unless we see a cop, so that way you can get a little bit closer look. And I hope everybody who's taking pictures gets some good ones there from this angle. We saw for celebrity sighting one time, Chris Hemsworth right at that entrance because he was filming a scene for a movie he was working on called Crime 101. Now, I always mention celebrity sightings that we've seen in the past just because hopefully that creates some momentum for us. We need a celebrity sighting. Now, we saw Harrison Ford walking on Rodeo Drive too before, and Henry Winkler for celebrity sightings on the tour I was driving. But here it is now. We just turned on to check out some of the most famous, all the famous designers, expensive designer shops here on Rodeo Drive. Yeah, usually there's a yellow Ferrari that's always parked on Rodeo, but it wasn't there earlier today, which is... And all these frames that you're seeing too, that's like all like new. They always mix it up with on Rodeo, so that's like new on the last 3 or 4 months. But yeah, usually a yellow Ferrari and parked in front of this Bijan shop here on the left side, which is a super expensive men's clothing store. But then now, let's see, I think we're going to be going through, actually, you know what, I'll just wait for the next one because it's close enough. But so right now it's on the other side of the street on the left. You'll see those red flags with the white letters. Currently, it's the Christian Louboutin shop. But inside that shop, that's the exact filming location for those 2 scenes from Pretty Woman, filmed right in there. So as soon as we get the green light to go, yeah, we'll officially pass by here and you'll get a better look.
All right, first stop of the day here at the Ringo Peace and Love's handprint here, or hand sculpture next to the Beverly Hills sign. The tour guide's really good, full of what I would perceive as actual facts. A bunch of these, and most of them you can just tell are made up. I think his are pretty on point so far. So far, they're pretty on point. Pretty good guide. This is the little stop to use the restroom right here. Beverly Hills sign, and then we get back into the van. There's the police station from Beverly Hills cop over there. Filming location as well. And when you think of Route 66, the first place you don't think of is Beverly Hills, but it does in fact go through Beverly Hills. You know, if I did see this before, which I have been to this fountain a couple times over the years, it's been a few years since one of the guides stopped here. I didn't realize there were little floating flowers there in the water in front of the Beverly Hills sign. Like lily pads, that's the word I'm looking for, lily pads. Beautiful. Stretching the legs. I think we're about halfway through.
Going up this next street. Yeah, so the times we saw him, he was actually just as he was leaving his place. And I'm going to show you 2 places because I don't know if I mentioned, I think I mentioned earlier that he actually, if I didn't, I'll mention it again right now. But Al Pacino, he ended up, let me just see right here, why not? Hello, sorry, Tesla. Anyway, Al Pacino, the house I'm going to show you first is one that he's never owned it, but he was renting it. And it was the house where he was living for the last 20 years or so. And that's this one right here. So where you have this green entrance there. So when it's currently for sale for like $13 million. And yeah, the Coldwell Banker sign there. But right where it says "Beware of Dog" sign, that's where we saw Al Pacino come walking out of one time as we were on the tour. But then all the other times that we saw him was just walking in the neighborhood close by. Anyway, so let me show you where he ended up moving to. So he moved just up the street. I heard he is just renting this place too for Al Pacino. And then we'll cut through and yeah, make our way more through this is still the flats of Beverly Hills. No, sorry, not these pillars, but this one right here, where you see the white Range Rover and the basketball net. Yeah, I'll get one more look. Here comes another Rover in there, which he most of the time doesn't even drive it anymore. He just he gets a driver to do it for him, like his assistant or something. Because we saw him leave his other gate one time, and he was sitting in the passenger seat of that white Range Rover. All right, so the next celebrity house we're going to pass. Oh, first though, because we've had people play GTA 5, I'm going to show you a house that they say is the real life version of Michael's, and it'll be on our right soon. And so I'll get your opinion. All right, so you'll see the driveway first, and then the walk-through gate where this Mini Cooper's pulling in. This one right here. So what do you think for whoever's played GTA 5? Think it could be a good Michael's? Yeah? Yeah. Which the Menendez house ended up selling last year in March for $17 million. And they're doing renovations on it right now. Yeah, and there was a resentencing hearing that was scheduled last, a week or so ago. Oh, anyway, so yeah, something's happened at Statham's house. Is he getting something delivered? But look, in between these 2 trucks, this is Jason Statham's house right here. Yeah. Yeah, this is Jason Statham's house. No G-Wagon. Hello, how you doing?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up?
Is he home? Yeah. Is he? Oh.
Nice, yeah.
Getting ready.
Yeah. Of course, they would say that anyway.
Yeah.
Because, I forget who one time when we pull up there and we're like, who you guys looking for? And I go, yeah, it's Jason Statham. And the guy's like, no, and then he listed some other celebrity that he said lived there, and I'm like, there's no way. So here comes the Menendez house on the right though. Yeah, August 20th, 1989, Lyle and Eric Menendez. This is still a family tour, everybody. But here it is. Here's where it actually happened, right here on the right. And so, yeah, just to the right of the front door is the front room where that took place. Yeah, so May 9th is the next day that they're going to meet and decide what to do next about the whole Menendez kind. People, especially all those TikTok videos that want to see the Menendez brothers get free. But it's called Sierra Towers in real life. So yeah, see that tall building? We're about to get a better view of that. So yeah, so as far as GTA 5 tie-in for that one, but in real life, that building is where celebrities have had condos in there in the past, like Adam Sandler, Cher, Lindsay Lohan. There's another opening here where you're going to see that building one more time in between these two buildings. But then, Matthew Perry had a condo. So yeah, right here, another look at Sierra Towers right there on our left. 24, Kobe's two numbers. Why August 24th is considered Kobe Bryant Day. In the top floor of the office building where the basketball is, there's an exclusive restaurant nightclub up there called Sobel House. It's members only. Leonardo DiCaprio is a member up there, so that's where he hangs out sometimes. Now, another celebrity, a place where celebrities hang out sometimes, is coming up on our left as soon as, and yeah, I guess we are getting, let me check to see just how bad traffic's going to be for us. But yeah, I knew we were going to get the beginning. Yeah, it's actually not super bad, but I knew we were probably going to possibly get the beginnings of things. Anyway, take a look at this orange umbrella on our left up here. This place where the white building is called the Bird Streets Club. And this is where celebrities hang out sometimes, like Adele, Justin Bieber. It's also where Jay-Z and Beyonce had a pre-Grammys party there one time. Now on our left is, as we get to this street light coming up here, you're gonna see a liquor store called Gil Turner's. And it's where the actress Halle Berry one time, she crashed her SUV into that liquor store and then abandoned the vehicle, and she had to go to court a few times to get that whole situation resolved. The Roxbury Inn, Night at the Roxbury. So yeah, again, right here on our left now officially. And then on our left now is a couple of famous places here on next to each other. The Rainbow Bar and Grill First, also known as the Rainbow Room. This is where bands like Guns N' Roses would hang out, Motley Crue, Motorhead, Led Zeppelin, just to name a few. Then perform at the Roxy, world famous Roxy concert venue, which is a 50s style diner here in the Hollywood area, in West Hollywood. So yeah, the Sunset Strip Mel's here on our left side. And then there's a Mel's in Hollywood, just south of the Walk of Fame on Highland Avenue, close to where the tour started. For that, if anybody's going to grab some food at Mel's, there's a closer one than that. On the other side of the street on the right, from the Comedy Store, but now you'll see it's a totally different building there because the House of Blues didn't survive. But Comedy Store still survived. So here it comes now on our left side officially as we're about to pass by. Yeah, so here it is now for the Comedy Store. See a bunch of other names here on the side. This building itself, though, has been around since the 30s when it was a restaurant nightclub called Ciro's, and that when it was Ciro's, that's where like gangsters like Bugsy Siegel would hang out. Led Zeppelin would stay when they came to town on tour in the 70s. Has anybody seen the TV show Lucifer by chance? Yeah? So this Art Deco building coming up here on the right side, Sunset Tower Hotel, they used for the exterior for the Lucifer TV show for his club, and then his character lived in the penthouse. We have Saddle Ranch on the left, famous country western theme bar on the Sunset Strip. David Dobrik, the popular YouTuber, has his own pizza place here. Dobrik's Pizza on the left, and then here's Carney's on the left, which is a famous train car restaurant diner selling hot dogs and hamburgers. So I mentioned earlier too, when we were at the Beverly Hills Hotel, that's where celebrities stay if they want to be seen. Now, if they want to be left alone, the Chateau Marmont Hotel is coming up on our left side. It's a White Castle-like building built in 1922. The Losermobile right here, everybody. I didn't recognize any big names on the marquee for the Laugh Factory tonight, but Arsenio Hall was there a few days ago. David Spade's there regularly these days. Let's see if there's any big names that are going to be on here as we pass by. But here it is now, left-hand side, world famous Laugh Factory. Tim Allen's going to be here pretty soon too, I think sometime before the end of April. Guild of America, the Union for Movie Directors, the DGA. There's 2 movie theater screening rooms in the DGA building too, where that's where they have like Q&As with famous directors during award season. I mean, especially during award season. The directors and the producers, there was no danger of a strike between them, but it was just the writers and the actors who were on strike at the same time in Hollywood. All that you're about to see on our left side has 5 celebrity ladies in it that have already unfortunately passed away now. Yeah, like Whitney Houston left. As you walk into the Guitar Center, on the ground is right here is the rock star handprints, the rock walk as they call it. Yeah, there's flowers out for somebody. Somebody passed away. I guess that has their handprints there. I gotta find out who's the one. The Rock and Roll Ralphs, because it's so close to the rock star handprints. You know, I think I'm gonna play it safe here. Yeah, looks like yellow light time. Video for their song "Girls, Girls, Girls" in the 80s was actually filmed at this place right here that we're gonna pass by on the right, the 7th Veil. Again, still a family tour, everybody. But this corner, this building on the corner here on our left, it's empty right now, but it used to be an El Pollo Loco, a fast food chicken place. When it first opened as an El Pollo Loco, this was way before he was a famous actor. One of Brad Pitt's very first jobs that he ever worked, when he first moved to LA, he dressed up like on this corner as a chicken for the grand opening for when it was El Pollo Loco. And he was on the Ellen show a few years ago, and she asked him about it, and he confirmed, yeah, true story, on that one for El Pollo Loco, dressing up like a chicken. And then speaking of Brad Pitt, he actually trained for the Fight Club movie in this Hollywood gym that we're about to pass by on our left too. Yeah, so we actually, I thought there was a couple of spots where traffic was going to be even worse, but again, yeah, we came out pretty good on the no traffic throughout this one. Because as soon as we make this turn, this is where the Walk of Fame officially starts on this side now. So I'll make a right, but on the left you'll see these 4 silver statues, and where these statues are, this is where the Beatles and Elvis Presley have their stars, and then the Beatles each have their own individual stars too, which are on Vine Street, which is where their record label is, Capitol Records. All right, so now as soon as we go through the next street light is where we'll actually be back to where we started. So if anybody has any other questions, definitely let me know. Other than that, yeah, I hope everybody has a good rest of your day, rest of your trip, safe trip back home. And yeah, it looks like, well, hopefully the sun kind of keeps coming out for as long as possible. At least it doesn't get dark early anymore. It's like 7:30 is pretty good. So anyway, all right. So again, thanks again, everybody. And give me just a quick second. I'm going to come in, grab the door as soon as I can pull over here.
All right, I gotta say, I've done quite a few of those tours. Every couple of years or so, I'll just pick a random one I haven't done. I mean, there's countless. There's at least a dozen or 20 different companies that do those. And I would say, in my opinion, that was probably one of the more factual. I don't know if everything said was factual, but definitely was one of the more factual than some of the other ones. The only negative thing I would say is that it went a little fast. It was definitely driving very, very quick and not a lot of time to kind of get any photos or anything like that. They're doing something over here at the Chinese Theater. It's like they're doing Empire Strikes Back tonight. They're doing like a screening of it. Not a premiere, but I can see like some area set up over here for the celebrities to walk in. You have to wonder if Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford will be in there tonight. There's a red carpet. Pretty neat. Right here at the world famous Chinese Theater here in Hollywood. But yeah, I enjoyed that tour. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.